Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're not digging into some huge, sprawling document. Instead, we're going to take a single, incredibly packed sentence and just take it apart. We're going to look at how it's built and what it's really saying based purely on the words on the page. All right, let's get into it. So here it is. This single sentence is our entire focus today. It's from an older Spanish translation of the Bible, Romans 8:28. Let me read the original Spanish, just so you can hear the flow of it. Y sabemos que a los que a Dios aman, todas las cosas les ayudan a bien. Es a saber, a los que conforme al propósito son llamados. Now, a rough translation in English goes something like this. And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good. But, the exact wording is what makes this so fascinating. So let's start breaking it down piece by piece.
Okay, let's start at the very beginning, because the first two words of this sentence are, you could argue, the most important. They set the entire tone and the foundation for everything that's about to come.
And we know, which means, and we know. Think about that. The sentence doesn't start with, we hope, or we think, or it would be nice if. No, it jumps right in with this powerful statement of knowing something. This isn't being presented as a possibility, it's being presented as an established fact.
And let's get even more specific with that word, sabemos. That's the plural form, we know. This tells you right away that this isn't just one person's private opinion or feeling. It implies a shared, communal certainty. It's an established truth that a whole group holds. So right from the get-go, everything that follows is framed as a core belief for the people this is written for. So if the sentence starts by declaring what we know, then the obvious next question is, who is we? The sentence immediately makes it clear that this knowledge, this big promise, isn't for just anyone. It applies to a very, very specific group of people. So, how does the text actually define this group? Well, what's interesting is it doesn't just give one description. It actually gives two distinct conditions that act like filters, zeroing in on exactly who this profound statement is about.
And here they are side by side. The first condition is pretty straightforward, those who love God. It's about their internal state, their feelings, their devotion. But then the second, crucial layer, those who are called according to the purpose. This isn't a contradiction, it's a clarification. It adds this external, objective reality to that internal, subjective feeling of love.
And the key word that makes this all click is propósito, or purpose. This one word introduces the idea of a bigger plan, something predetermined. So the group isn't just people who happen to love God on their own. No, they are people who have been specifically called into a larger design. The two conditions really work together to define this very specific audience.
Okay, so, quick recap. We've got the certainty, we know, and we've identified the subjects, those who love God and are called. So now let's get to the real heart of the sentence, the promise itself. What exactly is it that we know happens for this specific group?
This right here, this is the engine of the whole sentence. Todas las cosas les ayudan a bien, or all things work together for them for good. This is the main event, the action, that these subjects can be absolutely certain of. But wow, this phrase is so dense, we really need to unpack.
I mean, what does it actually mean for all things to work together for good? It's a line we hear a lot, but if we slow down, we can see it's made of three very distinct parts: the scope, the action, and the result.
Let's look at the mechanics here. First, the scope is just total. Todas las cosas, all things. The text doesn't say most things or the good things. No, it means everything, no exceptions. Second, there's the action. Les ayudan. This literally means they help or work together. It's not passive. It suggests this active, collaborative process. And finally, the result, a bien, for good. Now this is crucial. This points to the final outcome, not the nature of each individual thing. The text isn't saying that every single event is good, but that all of those events, good and bad, work together toward a good result.
All right, so we've taken the whole sentence apart, piece by piece. Now for the fun part. Let's put it all back together. Because when we reassemble it in the right order, you can see that this isn't just some nice-sounding platitude. It's actually a super tightly constructed logical argument.
So let's just walk through the flow. It starts with a premise, a certainty, we know. From there, it defines exactly who it's talking about. Then it describes the universal action that applies only to them. All things work together. And finally, it declares the guaranteed result of that action for good. You see, it's this beautiful, self-contained argument that moves from premise to conclusion. So with all that in mind, let's just hear it one last time. Y sabemos que a los que a Dios aman, todas las cosas les ayudan a bien, a los que conforme al propósito son llamados. It's a declaration that we know, with certainty, that for a specific group of people, those who love God and are called to His purpose, absolutely everything works together toward a good end. Every single word has a job to do, building to that final powerful point.
And all of this leaves us with one last, really big question to chew on. The text says all things work together for good, but it also says this promise is only for those called according to a purpose. So, how does our idea of what is good change when it's not about our own personal happiness or comfort, but is instead tied directly to fulfilling a larger predetermined purpose? It's definitely something to think about.